Meaning of the name Daniel. Origin, life path, and personality. Daniel is a name that evokes strong emotions and imagery in the minds of many. It is a name that has a rich history, with origins in the Hebrew language and a long tradition in many cultures and religions. Not only does the name carry cultural significance, but it is also associated with certain personality traits and characteristics. This video seeks to explore the meaning behind the name Daniel, its origins and the personality traits associated with it. Overall, it will provide an interesting insight into the character of a Daniel, and ultimately, help you get to know the person behind the name. Daniel is a Hebrew name that means, God is my judge or God is my healer. In Hebrew, the name is pronounced Daniel, and was used in many stories and fables as an allegory for judgment and healing. Far from being a simple name, the meaning behind the name Daniel is quite complex and all-encompassing, and can be used to explain the character and personality of a person named Daniel. The symbolism behind the name Daniel is heavily connected to its origin. In Hebrew, the name Daniel is connected to the word Dan, which means judge. The name Daniel was used to represent the God of Israel, who is the ultimate judge of all things. This idea is further supported by the word El within the name Daniel, which means God or gods. Thus, the name Daniel is a direct reference to the God of Israel and his power and authority. This is the reason why the name Daniel is often used as a nickname for someone who is very judgmental or who is a strict enforcer of rules and regulations. The name Daniel is among the most common names in the Bible, and is a name that has been in use for millennia. The name is derived from the Hebrew name Dan, which means God is my judge or God is my healer. Dan is also an abbreviation of Daniel or Dani, which is the Babylonian equivalent of the name Daniel. The name is found in the Hebrew Bible, the Talmud, and in many other ancient texts. The name Daniel has been used in Jewish culture since the Babylonian exile in the 6th century BCE, when it was adopted from the Babylonian name Daniel. The usage of the name continued in Jewish culture, and the name Daniel was prominent among the Jews during the Exodus, Babylonian exile, and the Second Temple period. The name Daniel was also common in the Middle East and North Africa, particularly in the Islamic cultures. The name was also common in Europe, particularly in Spain, Portugal, and France. It is currently one of the most common names in South America, particularly in Brazil. The name Daniel has been on the top 100 baby boy names in the United Kingdom since the 1880s. The name Daniel has been a top 100 name in the United States since the 1880s as well. Since the late 19th century, the name Daniel has been one of the 10 most common names in the United States. The name has been in the top 10 baby boy names in the United States since 1940. The name Daniel has been prominent in many other countries as well. The name Daniel is associated with strong characteristics and traits. The symbol behind the name itself, and the characteristics of a person named Daniel can all be explained and explored through the meaning of the name. The name Daniel is a powerful name that speaks of strength, authority, and judgment. Given the symbolic meaning behind the name and the characteristics associated with a person named Daniel, it is no wonder that a person named Daniel is often very strong, authoritative, and decisive. A person named Daniel is someone who knows who they are, what they want, and what they stand for. If you are named Daniel, then there's no doubt that this name means something significant to you and to others who know you. If you know someone who is Daniel, please share this video with them so that they know how significant is their name.